Hello, so today I'm going to be showing you my preschool math binder, and this is something I use with my preschooler to help them learn math skills. I have multiple binders and I have them all color coded, and I use black for math. So I just bought a standard 3-ring binder. The printables you will see I got for free online. And then I covered them, I put them into plastic sheet protectors so a dry erase marker can be used if we need to, and it also protects the sheets, that way we can use the binder through multiple children, seeing as how I have 3. So we're going to start off here. So in the very beginning you'll look, it's just a standard numbers 1 through 20. And then we have the regular basic shapes. And then we have this robot one because my children like robots. And we have the ones they say words on them for the numbers that they have to find. But if your child can't read, you could just read it for them. So for 0, it says 0 here. Then the child would have to pick out of these 3 numbers which number is 0. And I like to have my children cover them with some sort of manipulative. So here's the number 0. This one says 1. Which number is number 1? And they would cover number 1. And so on through the whole page. Anything can really be used for manipulatives. I use bottle caps. We use erasers, beans, pennies, buttons, cubes. Anything really can be used as long as it fits in the box relatively well. So then I'm going to go to this page here. So now here's another one where they would have to count how many items and then pick the number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red airplanes. Which number is number 9? And they would have to, again, cover the number. Or you can have them circle it with a dry erase marker or check it or whatever you want them to do. Then we have a printable of raindrops on an umbrella. So what they do is they count the raindrops. So this one has 2. 1, 2. Then I have over here a bunch of little cards with numbers on it. So they would take the number 2 and put it inside the box. And they would do that for all of them, whatever number is here. So this one's 3. 1, 2, 3. And they put the little number in the box. I printed a bunch of numbers off, and then I laminated them for durability so they don't get ruined easily. And they would just go through all of them and do the same thing for each one. Then we have a simple matching items, which is a skill, a visual discrimination skill, and it's important for reading and math that children are able to tell what's different, what's the same. So they would just draw a line, hammer to hammer, mask to mask, etc. Then I have this, how many fish in the ocean? So you can do it one of 2 ways. You could place the number in the box, and then I have these little fish that go with it, and you could have them just put that many fish in there. Or you could put the fish in, so let's do 5 here, so 3, 4, 5, and then they could find the number and put the number in. You could do it either way. And I have a lot of hands-on stuff in here because my children like to really work with their hands and do this stuff that way as opposed to just writing all the time. And then we have a living and non-living. So they would circle the things that are living and X out the ones that are not. Then I have also sequencing in this book. I also have sequencing. So the child would look at the pictures and they would have to figure out what comes first, second, and third. So let's see. What comes first? A seed. The pumpkins start as seeds. Then they grow to vines, and then they grow to a big pumpkin. So then they would just do each one like that. I also have patterning in this folder. And what I did was I printed two. One I put in the book, the other one I laminated and cut out the shapes that belong. So see, we have a triangle, square, another triangle, and a circle. So they would go purple triangle, yellow triangle, purple triangle. What comes next? The yellow triangle. Yellow triangle, blue square, yellow triangle. What comes next? The blue square. And they would just do that through all of them. Then as we get to the back of the book, it's multiple numbers. So the beginning is numbers 1 through 10 primarily. The back of the book is 10 through 20. I even have in the very back some 1 through 30. So they would count the items here, and then they would put the number in the box again, and they would do that for all of them. Then here's same or different. So in the front I have easier same or different, and in the back I put things that are a little bit harder to figure out. So they would have to look very closely here. Which one's different? That one. Why is he different? And then they would have to tell me why they picked that one, why that one's different, because he's missing his eyebrows. And they would do that through the whole book. Then, as I was saying, it gets harder in the back of the book. So now we have addition. So 1 carrot plus 1 carrot is how many carrots? 2. 3 fruits plus 3 fruits is how many fruits? 6. And so on and so on. 4 asparagus plus 4 asparagus is 8. To teach them addition. And then we have missing numbers 1 through 20, so they would just have to fill in the numbers that are missing. Etc., etc. And then we have missing numbers 1 through 30, so it gets harder. And then over here we have ladybug spots with higher numbers, so they'd have to count the spots and say which number it is. Then in the back I have a whole shapes section. Now I did all the shapes in one section just to make learning the shapes kind of as a unit. So I got these printables called Super Shapes, and they go through all the shapes. So this one's square, so they would trace the squares, draw their own, and then they would pick which ones are squares down here. You could have them color in the square like it says. You could have them X it out. You could even use the manipulatives on it, whatever you would like. And it goes through all the basic shapes. So here's another tracing one where they trace the shape, say the shape, and then they would trace the word. And then here we have circle, circle, rectangle, rectangle over here, triangle, and it goes through all the basic shapes. Then I have a little activities, match the shapes, kind of a little different, like this one has bubbles in it, the other one doesn't, but they would have to figure out what shape matches. And as I had said before, this book is for preschool. And my preschooler is 3, and they do this very well. It starts off easier and gets harder. All the printables I got for free, and I will try to link some of the areas where you can find free printables. And there's all sorts of other printables in this book as well, but the video would be way too long if I was to go through every single page. So I hope this video helped give you some ideas on something you can do for a curriculum, or even just to supplement after school or anything like that, to help your kids learn the numbers and patterns and things. Again, I used also other printables that I had laminated for some of the activities and manipulatives. I hope this helped, and have a great day, And if you like this video, you can leave a big thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss any other videos, you can always subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you. Bye.